let's talk about, let's talk about, put up Frank 1. Okay. Now this is Frank. Frank 1. That's all right. Just find me Frank 1. All right. And we'll get to the UN in a minute. I'm not going to forget about Donald Trump going up to the UN. I just want to get this one out real quick. Okay, I had the story up here. But yeah, this is Frank. Maybe I have it here. Hold on. Stay with me. Oh, there it is. And he's 11 years old. And Trump lets 11-year-old boy... Ah, crap. Oh, did I say that on a cracker? I'm sorry. So it's one of those sites that won't let me go unless I pay. But Trump lets 11-year-old boy mow the White House lawn. What's his name? Frank Gigliani or Gugliani or what's his name? I don't have it pulled up. But this little kid's 11 years old. He wrote the president a letter. Okay. Can you play the video? This is Frank 1. Now, the only reason I pulled this picture, all right, see, here's what Donald Trump is telling Frank, all right? This was a very bad memory for me. I looked at this picture and I said, oh my God, I mean, this is the picture that scarred me for life. And the only thing I could think, you know what Donald Trump is telling this kid? Frank, you better have this grass cut before I get home from work. I'm serious, that's what it looks like to me. Frank, you better have this grass cut before. When my dad left, he would say, this grass better be cut before I get home from work. There's a president of the United States encouraging Frank, 11 years. What a Honda commercial. A Honda hits a home run with this thing. Let's play this little report here on this video.
Well, this is Frank. He's going to be very famous. He's going to be a Navy SEAL someday. He's going to do great things for our country. Thank you, man.
'cause Frank says no go, so we'll be back. All right, thanks,
Frank,
guys.
who did you say you wanted to thank?
That would be my dad, Sarah Saunders, Donald Trump, and a couple of other people. But I can't mention.
11-year-old boy going door to door wanting to know if he could cut your grass. Now there's a novel thought, right? 11-year-old boy going door to door saying, can I cut your grass and these are my prices? Just saying. I've got a mower, I'll cut the grass. Now for me it was $5, okay? Here's Frank, his dad, and Trump. Leave it there. For me it was $5. Now, I want to tell my grass cutting experience. I used to make $40 a week cutting grass. Seriously. Door to door, okay? And my family taught me a lot in my grass cutting business, and I want you to figure out what all I learned during my 10-year-old grass cutting business. A, I made $40. B, that was from neighbors, $5 a lawn a week. Oh, I cut grass every day. Get up in the morning, cut all day long. B, to use the mower that my father owned and purchased, I had to cut our grass for what at that time I thought was for free. I thought I was cutting the grass for free, but really I was leasing the equipment and I didn't understand all these details yet, so I had to do my yard. So every time I was cutting my own yard, I was like, this doesn't pay. All right, but anyhow, so I had to cut my yard. Then there was the guy up the street that lost his job Just saying. Lost his job, had a wife, whole house full of kids. Now here's the kicker. I'm going to throw this in. And had a sorry son that was about 19 years old that drank beer and wouldn't get his ass off the couch. Never forget till the day I was dying. Okay? Never forget this till the day I die. This guy's sorry ass laid on the couch, 19 years old. He was living in the house. He already had a wife, a kid. And my mom, till the day I die, made me cut Miss Blank's yard, because that was her friend, at no charge because Mr. Blank lost his job and they didn't have the money. Oh yeah, that one really smoked me. I have the full names on that one, okay? Now that was two. A, cut my own yard to pay for the equipment. B, cut the one lawn a week, and think I still made $40. Cut the one lawn a week because Mr. So-and-so lost his job for no money at all. Just giving back to my community. And C, the neighbor that moved that would pay me when they got home. So there was a neighbor that was moving. Their house was for sale. They asked my mom and dad if I could cut their grass. Why they were moved to North Carolina, and why they were moving to North Carolina, and their house sold. So when their house sold and they came for the closing, I'm like, they had debt. I was like, come on already, man. I mean, you owe me. They showed up and paid me, and not only paid me, they bought me the most beautiful, you remember the director's chairs? UNC Tar Heel director chair. So that's a 3. Grass cutting. What's the odds? They're going nuts. He's 11 years old. I have said on this show over and over again, I think we need a couple generations of our kids cutting the grass again. Would not hurt. Would not hurt. Now I know I just offended all the kids that do cut grass and the moms and dads say my kid cuts grass. Not talking about them. But I think instead of playing video games, maybe we could go back like Frank and cut the grass for a couple generations, cut our own lawn. Now, Frank's going door to door. So I want to ask a question. Wonder how long before the media finds Frank, and wonder how long before they find Frank and they go through his customer list. And I wonder how long before they find Frank, go through his customer list, and see if he has the appropriate amount of insurance to run this very highly dangerous business. And go and see if Frank has filed the proper paperwork to be 11 years old to cut grass. And see if he has all the proper permits and license. Wonder how long it'll take before they find him. I'll tell you, it's equal to the kid on the side of the street with the lemonade stand. Watch and see. Just my prediction. What?
They're already saying it about the White House.
What about the White House?
That he didn't have, the president doesn't have proper insurance on it and all of that kind of stuff.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I saw that somewhere yesterday. Let me see if I can find it.
Told you. Yeah, how long before they search Frank out? All right, well, take Frank down, but if you find that, let me know and we'll bring it in.